I want to talk about this guy. He was like some sort of secret agent or something. No, okay.
All right, June. Maybe I didn't make it clear enough, but we're gonna have to stick together.
I'm sorry, who are you?
This is the guy.
I'm the guy. The guy. I'm the guy. Please, for
Ronnie,
your own
listen,
safety,
whatever happens.
please stay in the booth.
What are you talking about?
Oh, everybody get down. No one follows us, or I kill myself and then hurt.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 337. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Night and Day. Night and Day is directed by James Mangold, who you guys would probably know from such films as Walk the Line and 3:10 to Yuma. He's also done a few other things like Copland, I believe, was maybe his first movie. And he also did Kate and Leopold, quite a departure from those other films. But Night and Day stars the ever impressive, hateful, I don't know how you feel about him, but it stars Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz as well as his little sidekick. There's also some supporting parts from Peter Sarsgaard and Viola Davis, and a very small role from Paul Dano, who I always like seeing popping up in films. Night and Day is this kind of action comedy about a guy named Roy Miller, played by Tom Cruise, who you're not quite sure whether he's a good guy, a bad guy, what his story is, but he gets on this plane with a girl named June, and she falls for him. She thinks he's so charming and everything, and he ends up killing all these people on the plane, landing the plane, flying it down, drugs her, has her wake up in her bed, and he tells her, don't tell anybody that you know me, your life is in danger, all this stuff. And what ensues is kind of a chase movie, and they're chasing Tom Cruise's character for one reason or another, which I don't want to give away entirely, and what ensues is kind of an action-packed, comedic, lighthearted fare. I think Night and Day, for about the first half to three-quarters of the film, is a pretty awesome movie, and I think one of the main reasons that it works so well is that it gets things right that a movie like The A-Team that came out just a few weeks ago doesn't get right. And I think that for about the first half of this movie, Night and Day knows that it is a ridiculous, over-the-top action film, and it has a lot of fun with it. And I think for about the first half of this movie, I was really enjoying myself. I think that the action sequences in the beginning, especially the one that you see so much in the trailer with him falling on top of the car, is pretty brilliantly shot, and you can see the action all clearly. The camera isn't all fast cuts and everything like the A-Team or Transformers or stuff like that, and you can actually see what's going on. Yes, it's over the top. Yes, it's ridiculous. Yes, that stuff would not happen on planet Earth, but I don't care. It's entertaining and it's very fun, and I think the movie knows that this wouldn't happen on planet Earth because the premise is absolutely ridiculous, and I think Tom Cruise does a pretty fantastic job as Roy Miller. I mean, he's very, very funny and very charismatic, and he has fun with this kind of crazy, psychotic person that's just running around on the street shooting people and landing on top of hoods of cars and things like this. And it's all very fun for about the first half of the film, but I think there is a point in the film when it stops being this lighthearted fare and it forgets the movie that it set out to be. And I think that's kind of my problem with a lot of movies like The A-Team, which I think is not even close to being as good as this, but The A-Team initially, for probably about the first 15 minutes, knew that it was a dumb action movie, and then it totally forgot that it was a dumb action movie. I think Night and Day forgets why people are there. People are there to watch Tom Cruise act like a crazy person, make me laugh, and have these over-the-top ridiculous action scenes. What I didn't want from Night and Day, which is what ends up happening by the end of the film, is it takes itself way too seriously and acts like it's an actual espionage spy thriller where I care about this plot and where it's going and twists and turns that happen and who's bad and who's good and all these sorts of things that come together and culminate at the end of this film, which shouldn't be what this movie's about. And there's this final scene in the movie that I'm not going to spoil that is just dialogue between Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise, and it's a recall of something that happened earlier in the film that is so cheesy and so poorly written and just like lame, and I can tell that it's not trying to be funny. When it was first said earlier on, it's supposed to be funny and comedic, and now it's just trying to be this cheesy ending to a movie that I stopped caring about it about the three-quarter mark. But I will say that the first half of this movie is very exciting, and it is very entertaining for about the first half. I think it goes on for way too long, and it forgets the type of movie that it is. But I will say, if you've already seen Toy Story 3 twice, and you're looking for something to kind of relax you and entertain you, I think Night and Day is a pretty solid source of entertainment. Even though I have problems with the latter half of the film, I do think that it's still a pretty entertaining film, and it's a very, very solid rental. And if you're debating between like this or The A-Team, I would go with Night and Day, because Tom Cruise's performance alone is enough to put you in a seat. And I think, speaking of Tom Cruise, his performance, I think, is so fun to watch and charismatic on screen that every time his character isn't on screen, the movie is lacking a little. And so, if I could say one other problem with the movie, is that Tom Cruise isn't in it for the entire picture. But all that being said, I give Night and Day a strong 3 out of 5. I think it's an entertaining piece of movie making, but I don't think it's great, and I think it greatly suffers from kind of the last half to quarter that the film takes place. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.